This episode is brought to you by Experian. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use, but can't find the time or energy to cancel them? Experian could cancel unwanted subscriptions for you, saving you an average of $270 per year and plenty of time. Download the Experian app. Results will vary. Not all subscriptions are eligible. Savings are not guaranteed. Paid membership with connected payment account required.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Professor Young Mahogany Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up? This is your favorite menace, Kid Lewis. Welcome back to the podcast, the Hyperbolic Podcast.
Hyperbolic Podcast.
And on this episode, we are diving into X-Men.
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 That's your thing, bro? You do everything in Spanish?
I'm going to do a little Spanish. Why not, bro? We're bilingual here.
We're bilingual.
And of course, we have our third, Mr. Fred.
Mr. Fred. Captain Kilimanjaro.
What is going on, yo? It is the only one and only Captain Kilimanjaro, CP and KO. This ain't the Captain Kilimanjaro show, though. It's just the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. He's going to be popping up in our episodes more frequently.
Right, to kind of balance the turmoil between Kid Lewis and I.
Listen, man, mediators are important. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nah, that's true, man. That's true.
So, like Lewis said, on this episode, we are going to be talking about X-Men. We watched the X-Men anime. We also watched the X-Men 97 show, and then we're going to be kind of comparing them, contrasting them, and letting you guys know, and then also on this episode, we're going to be talking about a beloved manga comeback, why Naruto outsells One Piece.
Okay.
A Dead by Daylight crossover, and then news about a Pacific Rim prequel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a like. If you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, leave us 5-star reviews with that compliment sandwich.
Make sure you ring that noti bell, man, so you know that we uploading. You know what I'm saying?
We
For sure.
are giving you guys hot fire. Bro, we need that button thing. Every time I go to Best Buy, I see it, and I'm just like, damn, should I just pick it up?
No, you should not. Pick it up, yes, this guy will be fucking pushing buttons.
A minor.
Oh, man.
Just random shit.
In the middle of anything. Did you say A minor? I did not.
But I did.
In the realm of anime. So after a year plus hiatus, Hunter x Hunter is going to be returning to print later this year in October. So,
I heard about that. I heard they're coming back.
So it's one of the longest ongoing series, starting in 1998 and going through 2006 successfully, and that's when the series kind of started having like hiatuses and troubles on like the regular day-to-day stuff. I have an idea. I want to do a Hunter x Hunter episode like sometime soon. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to end or not, but maybe when the anime picks back up or something. I don't know. I kind of want to get Andre on that episode just because he's the one who kind of put me on the Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, he would like that a lot.
But I wanted to ask you, both of you guys, like, so will you guys be reading it when it comes back, or what do you feel about Hunter x Hunter? Are you caught up with the anime? Or?
I mean, I'm caught up with the anime. I know there's been release of a couple of chapters after the last arc.
Right.
I know there's more content after that. I just never got a chance to actually read it. So maybe, man, it might be on my to-read list.
Your to-read list? What about you, Captain?
That'll be worth looking at, man. I haven't even seen it, so yeah, there's one for you. I know about it. I just never...
Hunter x Hunter in general?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good, man. It's
Not
good.
to say that, I mean, I know it's good, or, at least from what everybody would say, I suppose. Or from what I've seen, I know it's good, but it's just not one of those things that were on my, highest list. You know what I mean?
I didn't think so, man, because, growing up with all these shonens, I'm always reluctant for a new shonen. So when I saw Hunter x Hunter, I was just like, well, they're not even powers. Like, what does that mean to be a hunter? But
yeah, but I mean, it's old too, though. You know what I mean? But at the same time, yeah, exactly. Like, there was a time where I saw the comparison of
the 90s one.
And, one particular fight.
Yeah.
So it was just which the old one wasn't bad either. But, I was watching Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying? I just wasn't into Hunter x Hunter like that. So, but it'll give me a reason to watch it. So, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. Well, it's set to come back exclusively on the Shonen Jump Plus app October 7th of this year.
Always pushing that Plus app, man.
I am, because I'm always reading it, bro. So the writer of it, he was having a lot of health issues. So where he couldn't sit down for hours to write to draw because of his back. So he was able to write a little bit, and he has his team that helps him. But
that's sciatica.
That's what it is, man. And rest in peace to Akira Toriyama. I rather them take their time and give themselves breaks than just
burn themselves out.
Burning themselves out trying to feed the beast, bro. Like the endless hunger that is us anime and manga fans.
Chase the dragon, bro.
Yeah. So next, even though One Piece came out almost 2 years before Naruto seems to have grabbing a wider audience. So,
Than One Piece?
Than One Piece.
Oh, yeah.
Naruto. You think so?
I know,
Absolutely.
for sure. For anime people and for people who read manga, yes, One Piece is more popular. But as far as the mainstream, I wanted to ask you, why do you think that is?
Naruto, including Shippuden?
Yeah, including
all
Shippuden.
Naruto.
Just Naruto in general.
Not Boruto.
Not Boruto.
Just Naruto. All right, I'm just making sure, man. Making sure.
No kids yet, bro.
Okay, so that has outsold One Piece.
As far as a wide audience, here in America, there's definitely the anime people who read One Piece and love One Piece. But for your people, the Naruto run, that's a thing outside of anime and manga readers.
That's true.
So why do you think, or at least for Fred then, why do you think Naruto is...
Is it easier to comprehend, to get behind? It's ninjas.
It's
pirates.
I think that does have something to do with it. Because, ninjas have been ingrained in, all of pop culture for a very long time. You know what I mean? Because pirates too, maybe. But, they found more of a resurgence, during recent years.
Pirates.
With the I am the captain now and shit like that.
Yeah.
But ninjas have always been around, man. Everybody wanted to be a ninja, you know what I'm saying? Especially with Mortal Kombat, because you can tie Mortal Kombat in there with Sub-Zero, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Ninjas and samurais.
Right. Ninjas and samurais,
They kind of go hand in hand.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like that. And then between that and we know that everybody in One Piece, not everybody, but they have powers or whatever. But doing the hand signs from Naruto and pulling off jutsus, the shit is cool, bro.
Yeah.
It's just cool as fuck, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true.
I think you kind of got it. So longtime editors for the Shonen Jump, Yahagi,
Oh, God.
Kosuke, and Kazuhiko Torishima says that the difference in appeal comes down to drama. So this is the quote that he has. The drama of One Piece is very interesting. On the other hand, Naruto is easier to understand because of the action and the other aspects rather than the drama. I have children, and when I show them, the thing that they don't understand the most is the drama.
So I feel with Naruto it's more kind of a little bit more straightforward than One Piece, where One Piece has a lot of more twists and turns and secrets, and it's a bigger, broad world where you have to understand that there's multiple things going on that play a role in one story. You get what I'm saying? Well, Naruto was just Naruto trying to find peace and finding Sasuke, and there was other things going on, but that wasn't the main point. One Piece is you need to know what's going on with the whole world of One Piece to understand where Luffy's drive is going, where the whole story is heading.
Right.
Yeah.
One Piece has a very big overarching story.
And you need to know it. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I don't need to know about the government. Ah, fuck that. You need to know about the government.
Like, every few places they're going to go to, they find a ponygraph or whatever that is. And that's like the actual story of One Piece. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Does that make sense?
Well, so what he was saying is that it's the story between the characters. So the relationship between Luffy and Zoro and Nami, Usopp and his people and everybody in the crew, outside of the crew, versus like, even though Naruto does kind of like touch each character in Naruto, Shikamaru, Choji, they have their own like moments with Neji. It's more flashy and straightforward, even though they're both, just trying to become like the best ninja, the best pirate.
Yeah. Yeah, so like you said, it's a little bit more just straightforward.
Yeah, he says that One Piece, with all its characters and character relationship, is like a theatrical play, while Naruto is more of a Hollywood blockbuster.
Like a bunch of actions and like,
and smoke out of every jutsu and
yeah, and those big bombs and like, yeah, I get it now. Yeah.
It's not as convoluted, I would say, like for example, I guess you could say
you need less brain cells to
right.
really understand Naruto.
So not saying that Naruto is better. I started just saying that it just has more mainstream appeal than One Piece. But One Piece is becoming more mainstream now that Netflix is like,
pushing it out
with the live action, and they're redoing.
Well, they got to, bro. They put all that money into buying the copyrights for One Piece. They have to push it, bro, to make that money back.
So One Piece is, I think you saw One Piece. They had the One Piece or the Luffy float parade last Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, I think I did see that. Yeah.
So One Piece is getting now as big as Naruto, maybe even bigger now that Naruto is pivoting to Boruto, and One Piece is just continuing on. So us people who are in the anime culture know that One Piece is bigger than Naruto, but he's just talking about mainstream.
Gotcha.
So then next, in the realm of video games. I was telling Fred, it is so hard to pull video game news, bro. But I got something.
What you got?
Behavior Interactive announced that Dead by Daylight is having its Castlevania chapters that will be released later this month. So I wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about Castlevania? Or no, how do you feel about Dead by Daylight? Have you played Dead by Daylight?
I think I've seen trailers of it, but I haven't played it.
What do you feel about Dead by Daylight?
Love Dead by Daylight.
You love Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, I haven't played it in a while, and especially since they came up with that new mode where now there's 2 killers and like 8 survivors.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a double. So, but yeah, no, I love Dead by Daylight, man. I always use Michael Myers.
Michael Myers?
Yeah, man.
So do you know
the Shade? Excuse me. Not the.
Oh, right. So when I started playing that game, I played with the electrocutioner or whatever, like the guy with the electricity. But yeah, they have like a bunch of expansions, man. You can be all these different characters.
Bro, they got Ghostface. They got the pig from Saw. They got Hellraiser.
Yeah. So it is going to be releasing hopefully the day after this episode comes out on August 27th. So they're doing the Castlevania thing, and they're introducing Trevor Belmont as a playable character.
I want to see how that's going to be, to be honest.
And Dracula as one of the killers.
Wow.
So they did introduce, I think, was it somebody from Resident Evil?
Jill, I think.
As a playable character?
Yeah, and they had Nemesis? Well, him or Mr. X, one of the two.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's somebody else that you can play with.
I think it is Nemesis.
As a character. But we do have a Castlevania episode that we also want to do later this year. That's going to go along with our Devil May Cry. So we're going to do a Castlevania Devil May Cry episode.
Oh, I can't wait for that. You guys are going to watch me nerd the fuck out on Devil May Cry, by the way.
Well, because they are going to do a Devil May Cry anime that's still set to release this year. They don't have a release date, but they just keep saying 2024. So...
I wonder if it's going to be a continuation of the ones already out, or...
I don't know. I don't think so. They're definitely going after... They're not doing DMC. He is going to be white-haired Dante.
No, the anime that's out right now it covers like the original Devil May Cry game, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll do my research, but definitely look forward to that episode. But and then last, in the realm of movies, so Variety reported that Legendary Pictures is developing a Pacific Rim prequel series. So folks who are up on Pacific Rim usually don't like the sequel, but what do you guys think? There's Pacific Rim and then there's Pacific Rim 2. They're going to be releasing a prequel which goes before Pacific Rim 1.
Right.
It's a prequel series.
So we're getting a prequel.
Oh, it's a series, not a movie?
Not a movie.
Oh.
So what do you guys?
Interesting.
What do you guys think of Pacific Rim 2?
Wait, we're getting a prequel, right?
We're getting a prequel.
Yeah, the origin story, essentially.
The origin story. Okay.
I feel like I would be interested in that. I mean, Pacific Rim was good. I didn't see the second one.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it either. Have you seen it?
But
I've seen the second one.
What do you think about it, bro?
I like the second one. I like both of them.
Both of them?
They both have different vibes though, because Pacific Rim had two different directors for it.
Right.
The first one was more dark and gloomy because it was directed by
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro. So it had a more like a dark, gloomy feel, while the second one was more like sunshine, brightness, color.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
It was more,
Suicide Squad.
right. It was more like an anime.
Yeah.
And the first one was more like, like the first Godzilla or Godzilla -1.
Right.
More gloomy, more like intense.
Right. Dark.
Serious and serious too. Because the second one was more like funny,
Lighthearted.
They had jokes.
Yeah. Hip hop music.
Yeah.
So part of a television deal with filmmaker Eric Heiser, him and another person, Carmen Lewis, are both tasked with developing IP-driven projects for the studio, starting with this Pacific Rim origin. So they're going to do this origin, and then they're going to be trying to do like more things.
Interesting.
I know they have the anime on Netflix.
Kind of whack.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it either.
Kind of whack.
Kind of whack?
Yeah.
I mean...
Kind of not really.
That's all right. It wasn't what I was expecting, but...
So, I mean, we might do a review, or we might do a whole episode, but we might just do a review on this Pacific Rim series when it comes out, but definitely look forward to that.
I wonder what route they're going to go. Like, the more serious route, or they're going to go back to that, like...
I mean, what do you prefer? Do you prefer...
I prefer the first one.
You prefer the first one over the second one?
Greedy.
I prefer, like dark... kaiju kind of feel to it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I feel like that's what it should be. You know what I mean? Like, if it's gonna be a cartoon, then you could do that or whatever. But
like more lighthearted, yeah. But like as a movie, but you said it's a series. But I would
even
take
as a series,
serious, like at the darkness of it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with a little comedy here and there, but definitely towards more the darkness of it. Like, because this kaiju's, man, you gotta know that you being fucking 5 to 6 foot tall. And you're looking up at these fucking crazy ass looking monsters.
Right.
That's not a lighthearted moment.
Plus, they already got Monarch too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Monarch's
what's the tone with Monarch?
It's like, it's not necessarily gritty. It's kind of like a Godzilla Kong style. You know what I'm saying? Like that overall tone. But I just feel like if they did it a little darker as far as Pacific Rim is concerned, I feel like it'll set them apart.
Okay.
Because they're just going to be compared. You know what I mean?
So if they go that route, I think it'll be a better touch for them.
I mean, I haven't looked at these people's track record about like what kind of stuff that they usually do. And the anime on Netflix, is that one more of like goofy?
It has moments of goofiness, and it does have moments of like seriousness, but just the story overall, just wasn't it. Like, to me, animation could have been a little bit tidier too. Yeah, but I think they were just trying to give it more of like a cartoon feel to it, you know?
Yeah, like 3D, like get that mass
like
appeal.
That CGI kind of like messy.
You know how I feel about that, bro.
Yeah, in that aspect, I would definitely be on your side. Like that type of CGI, sometimes it just doesn't do it justice. Yeah,
wet fight.
And I wonder if it's like easier to just do CGI.
It is. That's why.
Yeah, because you don't have to keep drawing it over and over.
They could just push it out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just crank this shit out.
I think you can tell too when they're just rushing it and just to push it out.
Speaking of, let's get on with the meat and potatoes, bro.
Let's go for it, bro. Meat and potatoes.
Got a lot of body, man. You know what I'm saying?
Meat
Time to
and
eat.
potatoes. X-Men, the anime. First, we're going to talk about the anime, then the 97 series, and then like compare them both. But first, we'll start with the anime.
Let's jump into it.
Originally released in April 2011. It was the third Marvel anime series produced by Madhouse. So Marvel wanted to expand their reach in Japan by releasing these fan favorite Marvel movies as animes. First with Iron Man, then Wolverine, then X-Men, and then last Blade. So I want to just jump into it, bro. What was your guys' experience with this?
I do generally like anime, and I feel like the X-Men anime did have, some quirks, but I feel like it didn't perform as well as it could have. That's just in my personal opinion. I mean, I like that they had some familiar voices in there. I mean, if you're watching in English.
Did you watch it in English?
I did.
I wish I had watched it in English.
I feel like it makes it a little better, to be honest with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
you watched it in English?
Yeah.
I watched it in sub.
I did watch it in sub, but they have the same, like the voice of Wolverine is the same voice of
As
Wolverine in the other stuff.
Yes.
Steve Blum.
Yes.
The guy who does,
countless characters across your various worlds.
Yeah, Mugen and Spike and all these different people. So, what about you, Kid Lewis? What was your experience with the anime?
So I got a couple of things I want to say.
Go ahead.
I did not like the opening.
The song?
Same.
I wish they would have used the original X-Men opening
The
song.
That's why I did 97, bro. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into that, though.
Yeah.
That's something that I was a little bummed about. I was like, damn. I feel like it would have killed it if they just had the.
So when they brought the original X-Men, like the 92 X-Men, over to Japan, they did like its own opening. And let me see. I think I sent it to you.
Oh, so Japan has their own.
Japan has kinda, and it does kind of slap. Let me see.
I don't know, but the opening for
either.
this one for the animation,
Right.
it did not slap.
Yeah, I skipped it
kinda
every
boring.
time. It was kind of boring. They're kind of just like static, and they're just like standing, next to each other.
Yeah,
And
nah, I didn't
Those
like
are
it.
stock photos, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you could have done better.
So while you're looking that up, the other thing that I've noticed, I don't know if you guys noticed, Fred, are you ever seen the show Afro Samurai?
Hell yeah.
Okay, is it me or did the animation look kind of like Afro Samurai?
So the reason for that
Is it because it's the Madhouse?
is the same director.
Nah.
Right? Okay. I was like, yo, why is this giving me like
Yeah, a little bit.
fucking Afro Samurai Resurrection? Like, it's just
Yep,
Bro,
that's the
like,
one too. Yeah,
Mm.
That is, yeah.
when they were like is it the inner circle or
the inner circle. Yeah,
they were like all in like looking at the TVs and shit and the way they were drawn out, and even like the robot, the lasers and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, this looks just like Afro Samurai, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like at a moment Afro Samurai was gonna pop out into like a little appearance.
I wish that'd have been
Afro!
Afro.
That'd have saved it.
Low key, yeah, it would have for
I
sure.
thought that was like, bro. So that's why I kind of like the animation
I feel it.
because it
check
kind
it
of gave
out.
me those vibes. All right.
Like, the best parts to me were those fights that were giving me reminiscent of Afro Samurai vibes. But it also wasn't gory enough for me. Like, I get it, but,
I know that's something I saw online. Is they were talking about how it's anime. So or even so I saw it behind the scenes because I got the DVD and I forgot, bro. I fucking love watching those things. They were talking about it's anime, so we're able to really emphasize the blood and the gore, and this is the goriest you've ever seen Wolverine. And
where is it?
to be fair, there with X-Men Evolution and even the 90 or 92 anime and Wolverine and the X-Men, he never cuts anybody. He's always slicing things and kicking people, but he doesn't ever stab anybody.
For those of you who have had a PS2,
Right.
look up the X-Men Wolverine Origins game.
Yeah.
That is the bloodiest Wolverine
PS2, I think
you
it's
will
PS3.
ever.
Oh, no, it's PS2.
2?
Yeah, I remember now.
X-Men Origins?
Yeah,
Wolverine?
that was PS2, bro.
It is the greatest Wolverine to this day. Hopefully the newest one that comes out is going to be better, but
So besides that, in cartoon form, he's never stabbed anybody. Where he actually did do a couple of stabbings, and he did bleed, and his healing factor came back, and he went berserker mode, where his eyes went away.
yeah.
So it was kind of bloody, but it wasn't bloody enough for
Right.
Because especially if they know that they're doing an anime, then just lean into it, bro. Fucking
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like they
it's hard
really
on it.
could have. Because the
I
thing
think it
is,
would have
like,
made it better too, man. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. The whole anime story was kind of dry.
Well,
Besides,
'cause-
like you said, it reminding us about Afro Samurai. I really didn't have much else to go with.
That's what I'm saying.
Some episodes were boring as fuck.
because imagine
Yes.
with 97, we're going to jump into 97, but it had more mature content in it. Well, with like the action in it was already cool enough, but like,
For me, the anime, it was kind of whack, but the animation was super, super nice. That was
Yeah.
the best part, was watching all the fights
sure.
and everybody. Like, it just reminded me that I love anime. And I know we talked about it in the Yu-Gi-Oh episode about, just anime everything. I kind of feel like that, bro. Anime everything.
Sometimes anime everything, bro. Storm,
Storm, yeah.
she was fucking fire. Bro. They turned out perfect.
Right. That's what my girl was talking about. She's like, why do they always do that?
Bro.
You have to. She's a goddess, bro. You have to get her right every time.
Look, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't like Storm when she just has the mohawk going on.
No.
And that's not my favorite. But this Storm, damn, bro, she was a baddie. I was like, okay, they got Storm right, bro.
So I know you watched it in English and we watched it in Japanese, but the Japanese voice for Storm was so whack, bro. Storm is an African goddess. So obviously if she's going to be in Japanese, she's not going to be African. That's fine. But they made her so meek and so like somebody to save. And like every time she used her powers, she got tired. And I'm like, bro, they open it with Phoenix saying, oh, she's an Omega level mutant. She's fucking going Phoenix right now. She's, having a second awakening or whatever. I'm like, bro, did you forget that Storm is also an Omega level mutant?
Bro.
They made her so weak. They're like,
they did.
There's like a mountain and they're like, how are we going to get over this mountain? I'm like, fucking, did you forget you can fly?
You can bring everybody up there. That's why
they're like, call Professor Xavier so he can bring the X-Jet because we can't go anywhere. Then they never go anywhere. And then by the time he gets there, the show is done. Bro,
the pacing is weird, bro.
Pacing is weird.
Like majority of the time they were spending it in that living room.
Yeah.
Where they were just sitting there talking about what's going on or what they think might be happening. And I was like, bro, like...
It's like playing Persona.
And then they're still trying to figure it out. They're like, okay, we got to go back to Japan again.
Yes,
this
bro.
time really figure it out.
Then there's a scene where the character, the love interest, I forget her name, and I do have it written somewhere, but whatever. She's supposed to be like a adaptation of another character called oh my god, I forget her name too. Whatever McTaggart, like Laura McTaggart.
Oh yes,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So she's a love interest of Professor Xavier. This whole time, like the back half of the season, she has this secret, and she even tells Professor Xavier like, "Hey, you have a son, but I don't know where he is."
I don't know anything about him.
She doesn't even say he dies. She says, "Oh, he's no longer with us," or he's no longer with us. He's around the corner or something. He's out of sight. So he goes, "What? I have a son?" And then he flies all the way over there. And she tells him, she's like, "That's your son." He's like, "Oh, I have a son?" I'm like, she told you this 3 episodes ago. And then they're chilling in her house and she's lying to everybody about everything. And Hank McCoy, Beast, one of the smartest mutants, takes him like 2 to 3 episodes to figure out that she's lying.
Oh, and I don't like Beast.
We are also...
You don't like Beast?
I don't like the way they animate. He looked like a straight up dog, bro.
Well, because he is kind of a dog.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah, they gave him... So there's this X-Men...
Like a lot of dog features.
Yeah. Well, so there's a comic, I think it's the new X-Men, where he does kind of have like these like puffy...
Like fangs and...
Not fangs, but like... I don't know. He looks like a dog.
A dog-esque.
Like a dog,
like
bro.
a dog face, like a big floppy face.
They did not look like a beast to me at all.
Yeah, he did not have fangs.
No, he did not look like a beast. He literally looked like a smart ass dog.
Yeah, but he was still moving and he was still,
he was still doing his beast thing.
But still, I didn't like the way he
didn't like the design.
I didn't like the design.
To be honest, me neither.
There's a scene where Cyclops is riding in the snowmobiles with Wolverine, and they're fighting these robots, and he keeps shooting the robots with these missiles and lasers on his bike.
Instead of using his fucking...
Instead of using his laser on his face. I'm like watching it. I'm like, bro, get off.
This is pissing me off.
I was getting so pissed.
I told you that's why I didn't watch the whole thing, bro. Like it angered me.
But you gotta push through, bro.
No, that just sucks, bro.
It did suck. And
I
from episode 8 to 9, the quality drops so hard. Like, and imagine I'm binging this because I have to try to do it for the episode. So I'm watching episode after episode, and I'm like, damn, this got really bad. And I only noticed stuff like that because of like, have you seen the Invincible promo where they talk about how, oh, why is it taking so long? And they're like, oh, well, we put our hands in front of our mouths to kind of cut on the animation.
Yeah.
The episode did a lot of that. Everybody was talking like with their back.
Yeah, bro.
And Beast just like had his hand on his mouth this whole time. And I'm like, like it dropped so decent. And that was the best part of the fucking show. Was that it was the anime. Is that it was animated like in a very like, flashy kind of way. But I don't know. There's also a scene where Cyclops, Professor Xavier's son, is in it at the end. It's like a new son that he has, but it's basically like Legion.
Oh, okay.
So he has all the powers because he's Professor Xavier's son. So everyone's using their powers at him, and then he just gives it back to you because he can bend reality.
Right. Yeah.
So, you shoot him with some thunder. What is it? Storm tries to electrocute him,
and
then
turns it into ice,
and he freezes it. So she's like, "Well," she's like, "You can't freeze electricity." He's like, "Yes, I can.
I can do what I want.
Yeah.
whatever I want.
So then Cyclops shoots him. He's the last person to do this too. I'm like, bro, are you not paying attention? He shoots him with his lasers, and then the laser hits him back. And he's like, I should be immune to my lasers. I'm like, no, that's not how it goes. Well, you don't eat lasers, bro.
Oh my god!
And it was written by a comic artist or a comic book writer, Warren Ellis.
That's even worse.
So he's written for X-Men before. He's also written Iron Man Extremis, however you want to say it, which is really good. My friend was talking shit about it earlier today, but it's decent. It's a decent Iron Man story, right. And that's the inspiration for Iron Man in the movies, like the way he looks and the whole thing. He also written for Moon Knight.
Do you remember the speech that Professor X gave towards the end where he was telling the whole world,
right,
let's unite? Bro, I was like, this nigga asking for like, put your hands up and give me the power.
Kind of spirit energy.
Giving your spirit energy. I was like, bro.
It was everything.
And that speech had nothing to do with
most of those people.
Yeah. This is Professor Xavier, by the way, that we're talking about.
Always.
That he didn't know he had a son when he could literally read almost anybody's mind.
Well, no, so it
was explained that
in the anime, he tried, like, he's using Cerebro to kind of like, because he can see any mutants anywhere, but there's like a blind spot at her house, and they're like, why is that? So then they go to her house and they're like, what's going on? And she's just fucking lying to everybody. And then, by the time he gets there, whatever.
What about all the other people that are connected to him that knows? You know what I mean? It's just, like, yeah.
But no, at the end, he does give this speech and he talks about mutants and he's like, oh, you need to, stop
united.
Yeah, stop hating on mutants or whatever. And then Iron Man is there and I'm like,
Iron Man is not a cameo. They get
a lot of cameos too, yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah, I saw Deadpool was in it.
Yeah, I saw Deadpool.
Right? That was kind of cool.
Okay. Then, Iron Man came out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm like, that's some
bro.
They're trying to like pick that shit up. They're just like, they're just.
It's all supposed to be in the same universe. So even though Wolverine has his own anime, it's supposed to be the same Wolverine, even though they look mad different.
Right.
The Wolverine in the Wolverine anime is more of a Hugh Jackman. Like he's tall, he's lean. He is a samurai kind of. While this one is more of the 97 one,
right,
or the old one, where he's short, hairy, feral,
more beast-like,
more, just like more animal-like.
More Wolverine than we're used to, more or less.
Yeah. So I did watch the behind the scenes, and the directors were joking about how like. He's like, oh, I wanted to do Blade. He's like, oh, well, I wanted to do X-Men. He's like, oh, well, you can do X-Men next season. And they're like, there's not going to be a next season. And I'm like, bro, you guys joking about this, bro?
I don't even want a next season, bro. Like, it was okay. I feel like if they're going to do it again, they really have to tidy it up. Like,
right. Well, especially after 97.
Yeah.
But
oh, man.
I remember thinking like, damn, I just love anime and I would love to watch them do anime for a lot of my favorite comics. But after this, I was like, you have to take it further. Like just having it anime is not good enough. Oh, we didn't even mention Armor, the anime girl.
Yeah.
They missed or was missing or whatever. So it just reminded me, or it pointed out that it's a lot of the anime tropes in all the worst ways. So, they go to Japan or whatever. So they're like, oh, let's do a Japanese character. Not Jubilee, not Sunfire.
Not somebody
which would have been dope. Sunfire, Armor, whatever. She was kind of prominent in some of the stories. I think in the Astonishing X-Men, she's in there, but whatever. But they just make her like a regular ass anime girl. She's supposed to have like this coming of age, like she learns how to use her powers or whatever, but she never gets any agency.
Nope.
She's always just like in the way.
Right. It's just
in the way. And then when she finally gets a hold of her powers, she keeps fucking disobeying. They're like, don't go next to him. She's like, yes, I'm going to go next to him. They're like, stand back. No. And then she just gets her ass beat and they keep having to save her. And I'm like, oh my God. So we have a review on Suicide Squad Isekai that is coming out soon. So I think they might go back into anime. Rick and Morty's doing an anime. Mm-hmm. Anime is getting big. So I think they will try to do it. I don't think that they'll be afraid of doing it bad. They fucking made 4 and I haven't seen the other ones, but
they should be very afraid actually.
They should be afraid because of the track record. But come on, man, you have, Madhouse, an anime studio,
but remember, this
comic book writer
back in 2012.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. So that's what I'm saying. Like they have to do it
impeccably. Yeah, but the MCU was in full swing at this time, bro.
The golden age of the MCU is gone. Okay.
Right. I mean, they might be bringing it back, but with this, there is stuff that I like. Like I said, I like the animation. That was good. I think it is worth checking out up until the 8th episode for the animation alone. But after that, it just drags. It drags.
Does drag,
it's 12
bro.
episodes, and after the 8th episode, and the 8th episode was kind of whack. It drags. Like once they kill that bug that turns into a human, that's it. That was the last cool thing. Really.
No, it's a lot of talking, bro. Like a lot of talking and not enough.
It's just an old way of how they used to do anime.
Yeah.
Like they just can't do anime like that anymore. It's like bare minimum.
But Storm was still a baddie.
I didn't like her voice. I didn't like that they made her weak.
Yeah,
Every time she used her powers, bro,
English,
she was like sweating.
I wanted to save her.
Oh God, you wanted to what?
I wanted to save her.
She saved you, bro. Even that weak ass version of her.
Bro.
It's all right, man.
So it did open up with action. It opened up like
It did.
them fighting.
That's the craziest bit.
Phoenix.
So yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like for it to start off nice and just
It dropped off so decent. And then speaking of something that did the opposite for me was X-Men 97.
Let's go into it.
Let's go into it. So I remember telling you in the beginning, I was like, bro, I just saw half of the first episode. I don't want to watch this. This is so whack. They fucking murdering my X-Men.
oh my god, I hate this.
I
It
hate it.
sucks.
And imagine I had just started the anime, and the anime, like I said, in the beginning it was kind of nice, and then it just goes downhill. So I'm like, I don't want to watch this, bro. Let's just do the anime. Like, but then I wanted an excuse to watch it, so Lewis convinced me to push through and watch it. He was like,
I
come on,
convinced
man.
him to push through, and then like midway, I was like, bro, I don't want to do 97. Can we just do
Right.
the anime?
Yeah, I'm like, no,
we'll
bro,
do a 97 another time. He's like, nah, bro.
let's do it. I was already happy.
I'm already in.
I'm already in.
With the original going from 92 to 97, X-Men 97 picks up like right at the end.
Exactly where it left
You can
off.
kind of fucking just watch it right up until. So it's been in development since June of 2019, and it was announced in November of 2021. So to me, the first episode was so fucking cringe. The best part of that episode was the end, when it ended, but then also when they announced that Magneto was inheriting the X-Men.
It's a setup. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But
Think about the first episode of, I don't know,
The Sopranos?
Sure. That Demon Slayer.
anything, most things.
Right.
I don't know, like just the animation was so weird, and I know they were trying to bring it back to the 90s,
Yeah.
but it was just so, like this. And then even with there's like a scene or whatever, and it might not even be in the first episode, where Gambit is on the back of Wolverine and he supercharges his claws.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was kind of whack, bro.
I mean, that's you, though. You don't like... I personally like the cell shade art style and shit like that.
No, I like that. Like what Sunspot, like all his powers had, like that kind of like, the way it looked wasn't too bad. I'm saying like the idea of him charging his fucking adamantium claws and riding his back like he's a fucking horse.
I mean, okay, I guess.
I don't know. I was being very critical of it because I do love the
Yeah, but look at the anime, bro.
I know. So I forgave it. This is like some sort of revelation. And every time we do these podcast episodes, I always have like some sort of like revelation that I learned about myself or whatever. And then I'll be so critical because I gave the anime a pass and it let me down. And I was very critical of the cartoon, and then it,
exceeded
my expectations.
This is continuity, people, okay?
Right. So I know I kind of just jumped into it, but what was your guys' experience with
Don't
it?
judge a book by its cover, man. You gotta give it a chance.
Or just let yourself, go and enjoy, the ride that you're going on.
Right.
Because as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's dumb. This show's dumb. Without even giving it like a couple
I
episodes.
liked it, bro.
Fair.
So,
97?
being in all honesty, I didn't get a chance to watch it all the way through, but I did get all the way to episode 5. I know it's like, 10 episodes?
10 episodes. 10 30-minute episodes. And I was
10
like,
episodes.
usually, like, at least with anime, in some shows, it's like 22, 23, maybe 25 episodes.
Right.
These are 30-minute episodes.
They're worth the 30 minutes, though, bro.
No, but I'm saying, like only 10. I'm like, 10 episodes, but nah, they're pretty nice.
No, it's pretty nice. I liked it, bro. I liked it. And I'm a big fan of Magneto. I liked his design. He looked like an OG with that long hair.
Magneto was always my,
Your favorite?
I mean, I guess not necessarily my favorite, but he was definitely like my top 5 out of all.
Top 5?
Yeah,
top 5,
bro.
top 3, man.
Between Magneto and Doctor Doom, those are my two favorite villains in Marvel.
Really?
Doctor Doom, Magneto, they go back and forth. For the same reason, like when we talked about the villain episode, I like how I sympathize with Magneto more than I do Doctor Doom. But because Doctor Doom is just so evil, I love him. You know? Like, you don't have to, like, forgive him.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to sympathize with him.
Like, you just know he's a shit stain, and that's just what it's all about, man.
That's it. He's the best. He's Doom. You know, everybody's beneath Doom.
He's Doom.
While, you know, Magneto is a survivor of the Holocaust, and he's, like, you know, like, just trying to do right by mutants in a Malcolm X kind of way.
I was literally just about to say the Malcolm X of the Marvel universe.
So, yeah, no, I love the designs. I didn't like it at first, but then it just gets so much better. Like, things get way more fluid.
I love X-Men 97.
Yeah.
And I know that I might be a little biased because, you know, I'm an old bastard.
Right.
I know who my father is, though. And I did watch the original series.
Yeah.
And I did love it. But nostalgia-wise, obviously, as soon as you hear that intro, you know it hits you. And that's dope as fuck.
So I didn't dislike the intro. It was just kind of like a carbon copy of the other one.
Yeah.
I think there was a little bit too much noodling with it, though. It's like they played it and then they just like jazzed over it, you know?
That's what it was supposed to be, bro.
Yeah, but
it's literally a now time continuation of that. Like,
so I was trying to binge it for this episode, but I kept skipping it, bro.
That's fine.
I skipped it.
It's the intro.
I skipped it every single. I watched it once in the beginning, and then I skipped it every single time.
That's fine.
I watched it once, but it wasn't something I just wanted on repeat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, once you get that hit, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to watch it over and over again.
Well, watching the original, because I did watch a few of the episodes for the original. I fucking never skipped it, bro. I mean,
yeah, but is that nostalgia, or is it because it was so much better than the one now? If you really sit down and think
there was just so much going on with it, with the new one. Like, I was trying to enjoy it, but then they kept like trying to do their own thing. And I'm like, okay, well then just do your own thing. And then, you know, once I got all the way to the end, so, you know, spoilers or whatever. And I should have said at the top, we're spoiling both of these animes.
Duh.
I don't know. They had a lot of stuff in the intro that didn't have to do with the show anymore. Like they switched Jubilee for Sunspot because he was kind of like the Jubilee character of this new cartoon. And that was fine. But then like they had Sabretooth and Mystique. And I'm like, they're not even in the show, you know, but only because they were in the original intro. Then they left them in there.
Yeah.
So
that low key was kind of like my only downside to the whole thing.
I know the angle is that, hey, you love the original. This is a continuation. And it is. And it was nice. But I think, especially now with them going into season 2, I think they are going to kind of like embrace the fact that it is different. But I think they should have fucking from the beginning kind of embraced.
So what do you
episode
think
1 was
about...
just so safe.
Well, yeah, bro, because it's, first of all, we're talking about Disney. And second of all, it's episode 1.
I know. But
the very next episode amps up.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta give it grace. Well, we already said we're spoiling it. Magneto took these people to like outer space.
Asteroid M.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
they do that in the
not even that during the trial.
Oh,
during the trial.
Damn, you remember that,
bro? So it's like,
he's like, look at the world. I can fucking drop you right now
easily and feel nothing.
He was like, y'all like bugs. Like he was literally standing on top of the dude, like inches away from his foot. He's like, I can just step on you.
That's part of why I like it so much, bro, because it's just so like humanizing of mutants the way it always has been, and like it tells a very polarizing story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's action in it, like when
there's action all throughout.
I know, bro. Like especially the damn assault on the island
on Genosha.
Yes, bro.
That was kind of. I didn't think they were gonna go as hard as they did, bro. With that episode,
bro,
when they fucking killed everybody.
Yes, and terrifying, bro. When Magneto's holding the damn barrier.
I know, it's so heartwarming, bro.
Oh my god! And then just to have it, just, you know, like warm wet poop on your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's so unfortunate.
I'm gonna have to watch it all the way through.
You should, man. I recommend it. So speaking of Disney, like, you know, they even had scenes where like Wolverine was stabbing people.
Yes.
Like, he fucking stabs Magneto.
Yes.
Like, for real.
I was hoping, I mean, obviously it was like really, because they don't get that visceral, but I was hoping he was going to do more than just, you know, like bang him around. I was hoping he was going to take, you know what I mean? Like,
so to flip it also, and there's a lot of callbacks to the comics. So if you are, and most people know, I fucking love the X-Men, bro. I love them more than the Avengers. I was talking to my girl about it. I was like, damn, do I love the X-Men more than Spider-Man?
You might, bro.
I think
It's a toss up for sure because they're both there. At least for me, they're both up there. I would pick Spider-Man a little more just because of Venom. Like for you, Doctor Doom and Magneto.
Right.
My number one villain was like an anti-hero is Venom.
Yeah, I know you're a Venom guy.
Absolutely love fucking Venom, bro.
I had a question though.
Yeah.
About the whole Rogue and Magneto thing. Was that a thing?
Yeah.
So Gambit was right to.
So all of these characters have like a love triangle kind of element. So even in the original, the '92 cartoon, like Jean, Wolverine, and
Cyclops.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
They kind of pass partners a lot of the times. Like, Forge and Storm had a thing while in the comics, it does happen or whatever, but then she's typically are married to the Black Panther.
Right.
So, it's like that. Like, so, and that's the thing that I liked about the show is that it is very like dramatic and almost like a soap opera.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
People fall in love and they, there's a clone and that baby, that clone has a baby and then
it's again this man, I forgot his name already. Cable, yeah. And I was just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That was lit. See, that was lit, bro. It's so good, bro.
So it is good for people who, are familiar with the comics because I knew all of it going in, but it's still rewarding. And I don't know if you've seen the Marvel Earth's Mightiest Heroes show.
I feel like I might have.
So that is, I think, a really good representation of stories from the comics just distilled into these 30-minute episodes. Sometimes 2-parters, sometimes 3-parters.
Right.
There's like 3 episodes that has to do with Kang the Conqueror, and they fucking hit that shit on the head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I definitely recommend, if you like this show, 97, watch Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes because they did the same thing. And, they had a whole Phoenix saga. Genosha does fucking get exploded every now and then. There's just so much from the comics, bro, and I fucking loved it. And it did it nice. So I'm kind of glad that I watched it. I'm glad that they made it. I'm looking forward to season 2.
Hopefully it keeps the same energy because about
they fired the director. So yeah, so I don't have his name here and I wanted to write it. I kind of didn't want to bring it up, but you brought it up, bro.
I had to do it, bro.
So he posted on X/Twitter a picture, I think, of him, gay Cyclops, and I'm paraphrasing, and I just read the article, so it's for Pride Month as well. And then the very next day, they fucking fired him.
Oh, that's super crazy.
Yeah,
for that post.
So they didn't say that was the reason why, but I do kind of hope that they keep the same momentum and rhythm. I don't know if it was him. I mean, he's the director, but usually when you change a director, the feel goes away.
Yes, exactly.
Even if you have like a direct sequel, like, hey, just do it like this.
I'm really hoping so, bro, because it left off in a pretty good space. So, So
I have some stuff about season 2. So it is confirmed that they are going to be donning the Grant Morrison suits where they all have like the X. They're all wearing the same, like, big vest.
Love it.
And towards the end of the episode or towards the end of the series, they do switch into their even older, because they start in the 90s or whatever. So at the end, they switch over to their 60s costumes where like Jean Grey looks like Marvel Girl. Yeah, she's
with the green and the yellow.
Yeah, and then Cyclops has like where his whole head is a blue. He looks like a blue sock.
Yeah, this man's orange and yellow and brown. Or is that
it's blue and yellow.
Okay, still blue and yellow.
Wolverine puts on his brown suit.
Well, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. So everybody looks all retro. So, but they're gonna be doing a lot of different stuff from the comics. They are gonna touch on Age of Apocalypse because they ended it,
in Egypt.
In Egypt, half of them in Egypt, half of them in the future.
Right.
They are going to be doing the Days of Future Past because, they're in the future or whatever. There's even like a sign in the back. And I don't want to do like a cameo Easter egg kind of thing because I just loved it. I was just like, I love that I see all this.
Right.
There's like a scene or whatever. I'll do a little bit. There was a scene where
I don't want to do this. But
I'll do a little bit.
I was geeking out, bro. I was fucking geeking out watching this shit. There's a scene or whatever. In the first X-Men, Wolverine puts on the black leather costume and they're like, wow, you guys go out like this? And then Cyclops is like, what do you want? Yellow spandex. So kind of like making fun of the comics, saying, hey, this is a serious movie. We're not doing comic book shit. We're not going back there. So then he gets new costumes or whatever in the cartoon and he's like, what is this? He's like, what did you expect? Black spandex, black leather, fucking making fun of the movie. So I was just like, damn. It's like certain things like that. So
beautiful, bro.
Magneto pulls all the adamantium out of Wolverine.
His body.
That happens in the comics. Yes. And that shit is so like, oh my god, I can't imagine it. Like Wolverine's a thug, bro. This nigga's like
he's great. I mean, he's been living for hundreds of years, so I mean, you know,
yeah, he always gets back up. Like
that's crazy.
So they are gonna introduce Lady Deathstrike and Sabretooth. So they were kind of absent from this. So I think they're kind of also going to do like the Weapon X kind of.
Well, that's what I was going to say too, because
we might even get Deadpool
in the show. Kurt Nightcrawler talks about Mystique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He talks about it. So yeah, and he's like, I feel like them being in the intro might have been foreshadowing, and hopefully they
making excuses, bro.
Hopefully they, you know, they get in on that, because if they don't,
yeah, because the big bad of this was Bastion, so it was kind of bigger than this whole Brotherhood of Mutants, Toad, and all these things like that. I think was Juggernaut in there. I think I saw him.
Not in this run.
I think so. I think I saw him somewhere. And Morph, you know, he jumps into a bunch of different people.
Right.
He's like, you know, the Hulk 1 minute, and then he's Mr. Fantastic, and you know, so that was kind of cool. They do have cameos from like Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Daredevil's in it. There's so many Marvel characters, and I was like, wow, I just fucking love seeing it. Like the X-Men have so many characters already off rip, but just seeing them even add more characters, you know, like just because they're heroes, you know, of the story doesn't mean Captain America gets along with them, you know, off rip.
Yeah.
You know, Black Panther's just looking out for his country. He's not a mutant.
Right.
You know? He doesn't have any mutants. So that's like a y'all problem. And that's kind of like a theme through the story.
Yeah, it is for real.
And then they are going to touch on this, the Danger storyline. So I love that they even like went to space with the Shi'ar. I was like, wow.
That's where he's been, bro.
That's so awesome.
That's where he's been. Everybody thought he died. He ain't died, bro.
Yeah. So in space or whatever, he gets like some sort of technology and he brings it back to the X Mansion, and that's the AI that is the Danger Room.
Oh, really?
And then in one of the comics, I think it's the Astonishing X-Men, that Danger Room comes to life and fucking tries to kill the X-Men.
Yes,
like Professor Xavier took me, and because it's like a robot mutant,
right?
And I'm going to do a little bit of some recommendations if you are wanting to read X-Men. There's a recent House of X comic book storyline written by Jonathan Hickman. He is one of the writers. He used to write for like Fantastic Four. He wrote like some really good Fantastic Four. Nice. And it kind of has a lot of the stuff that you see in this show. Master molds and sentinels and going back and forth through time and just everything. And and the kind of dream that they all have, like, oh, a mutant, like a Genosha. Right. They have this thing. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on the name. Krakoa.
Oh, yes. The
Krakoa shit.
Krakoa, yeah.
So he does all that stuff. So he kind of wrote that for it. Krakoa existed before it was a person, like a big mutant mountain guy, whatever. And then now it's a island, like a safe haven. Right. But oh my God, it's just so dope.
They touch on House of M too, so you probably.
Oh, they might do that. Well, because they have Scarlet Witch in there, and they're like, oh, she's off world. Right. So there's just so much that they can do. So I do want them to make like 100 seasons of this shit, bro.
As long as they're good and have the same feeling, man. New producer. I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but don't fuck this up, please. Okay?
They're not gonna.
We are enjoying this.
We are, yeah. And
as a unit, as a collective, as a family.
I was reluctant. I was like, damn, here's another cash grab. Here's them trying to fucking pimp my childhood out to me, you know. And they did it nice.
Yeah, so reluctant after the first episode, man.
You remember? I was like, I don't want to watch this.
I don't want to watch this, man.
And it just only gets better, bro.
It does.
I mean, the only thing with like, you know, Jubilee getting in Sunspot getting put in the game, that's probably like it.
I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about that episode?
That was kind of cool, but I mean, it wasn't really.
That's when it kind of was like, okay, I'm watching this show.
Right.
I thought it was going to be kind of like that, like episode of the week type of deal. Like, oh, they were going to fight this person, they're going to fight that person. But
it was, yeah. I'll give it to it. It's nice because it adds variety, like back in the days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of lit.
I thought they were going to do, because they fight Magneto in the video game, and in the real video game or whatever, when you get to him, he goes, "I am Magneto. Welcome to die." So I thought he was going to say that, but he never says it.
It's not the same, because there's it's the whoever the hell that was. I forgot the name already, but he made it. Yeah, he made it. So,
yeah.
You know.
So speaking of also, so the animators said that they were heavily inspired by Marvel vs. Capcom for the action scenes.
That makes sense.
So a lot of the action was really nice.
Because it goes so hard, bro.
Yeah, and I've always liked Cyclops, and I know he kind of is like, you know, a cuck in the fucking live action movies. And he's a Boy Scout and he's lame.
He always was, bro. But I mean, he got leadership potential, bro. Like, he just got to live inside his potential.
There's like scenes where he's fighting and he's using his optic blast to like move around. He uses it.
They niced him, bro. Like when he's falling out the jet. Yeah. And he finally uses his fucking thing to, bro. See, they niced him, bro.
They niced everybody. Everybody got their time to shine, even with like Gambit. And it was kind of spoiled for me that Gambit dies, and which, you know, and I had already like said I wasn't gonna watch this. And then I watched it and I fucking forgot that he died. And then he died.
Yeah, bro. Like, he died, bro.
And I was like, well, I know. I thought they were gonna like jump. No. Cable's gonna come any moment to tell us that he's not really dead.
He's gone, bro.
He's dead, bro.
he's gone, bro.
Yeah, that shit was super, super nice.
R.I.P. Gambit.
R.I.P. Gambit, bro.
And then the whole thing with Rogue, you know what I'm saying? And let this be a lesson to you. Pick one, okay?
Pick one, what? Partner?
Yes, because she was too busy fucking around on both sides and she lost them both.
I know, but they had an agreement that they were like, you know, like we can't be together. Like, you know, Gambit wasn't trying to settle down either.
Just for them to realize it in the end, and it was too late.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. What a good story.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet.
They can't kiss, bro. They can't kiss.
They can't, bro. But you know what I mean.
Rogue in every story just wants to kiss a boy.
She can't because he'll die.
In the movies, in the X-Men, the live action movies, she's like, take away my powers. I need to kiss a boy. I will give away my mutant powers. And they even said, like, you know, when Gambit dies, she goes on a fucking massacre rampage.
A damn succubus rampage.
And General Ross is like, we're in a facility that is designed to keep the Hulk out. And
bust right through that shit.
Bust right through it. I'm like, damn.
Bust right through that shit. No care about anything.
Nothing.
She's fighting the tanks, bro. She's going all out, bro.
Yeah. Well, she gets her powers from Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel. Right. So, you know, I guess she's that strong as well.
Even stronger, really, technically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics is coming out later this year. That's a game that we're going to be on top of. It's set to release. They don't have a release date technically, but it is just said in the trailer, at least 2024. So, have you played any of the Marvel vs. Capcom games? Or
I have in the past.
How do you feel about
recently?
How do you
feel
excited,
about it, bro? I love it. I like the variety of characters that you get.
What about you, Captain?
Well, you can attest to this. My favorite is Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but we spent a lot of time on that good UMBC, boy.
We did.
Running it.
Yeah, that's a game that I'm fucking crazy good at. It did start off with the original was X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I remember.
You remember that, right?
What was that? It was something else. It was
They have like SNK versus Capcom, and they have They have a lot of those. But like this string of games started with X-Men versus Street Fighter, then Marvel versus Capcom, then Marvel versus Capcom 2, and then so on and so forth. I'm looking forward to that for sure. But that's like the first blend of anime or like Japanese versus the Americans.
Yeah.
So a question I wanted to ask you guys is, are there any comics that you would like to see them turned into anime?
Like comics? Like
comic book characters like, Spider-Man anime, The Guardians anime, anything that points out to you or sticks out? Kid Lewis?
Probably the Guardians would probably be nice.
Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah.
As an anime, I think that would be pretty dope.
I feel like something that could be nicely translated, but also dark enough to go hard with an anime. I feel like if Blade wasn't already one, I would choose Blade, but I don't know how they did with that.
So I do want to do episodes like when Blade comes back, if it ever comes back. You saw Deadpool and Wolverine?
No, not yet.
So if Blade ever comes back, I kind of want to do an episode with the Blade anime and maybe there's whatever.
Well, because they still have the Marshall Ali Blade, ain't it?
It keeps getting delayed. It's like a joke that they keep delaying it. And it's so far along or so far in the future or whatever, in the plans of the MCU, that they keep changing writers and nobody can agree on the story or the tone. And it's supposed to be gritty. And I think it's supposed to be R-rated, I think.
It's always supposed to be, bro.
I think, but you know how it is, bro. They want them to do it broad appeal.
They want it to be Disney.
They want it to be Disney.
Bro. No, it's Blade.
Blade
God
has
damn it,
never
man.
been Disney, bro.
So if they bring that back, or if they actually do it, then we will do like a Blade episode, and we will watch the Blade anime.
I guess actually, now that I think about it, I'm playing Midnight Suns right now, so
Okay.
that might actually be a pretty fire anime if they did it right.
Okay, like what is it? Is it Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange,
Doctor Strange.
Magic, the new one of the Ghost Riders, like the newest Ghost Rider. I think.
Yeah, that would be kind of dope. Damn, Midnight
Right.
Suns.
Yes.
I think with the Isekai, the Suicide Squad approach, I think if it's low stakes, then you can kind of do more with it because nobody really cares or knows about the Suicide Squad. So you can take all these liberties and put Clayface on the team and whatever. Who cares?
Right.
Versus with X-Men, Wolverine has to be like this.
Exactly.
Storm has to be like this. So
yeah, I think Midnight Suns would be pretty lit.
So, and then movies. So, there's no anime movies, but the anime series definitely has some inspiration from the live action movie because there's just a lot of stuff in it that kind of directly translates from the movies. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it, bro. Anything else to add about the X-Men anime, the 97?
Watch 97, man.
I think
It
97 is
super
worth to
nice.
watch. And the anime, if you have time.
It's worth checking out if you can get it. I would say just watch up to episode 8 and maybe watch all the cameos.
And it was hard
on
to find. So for the anime was a little bit harder to find.
That's
I mean,
true.
you had to physically buy the
I did,
disc.
and I'm kind of glad I did because it does come with a lot of back behind the scenes stuff, and it comes with 3 other animes.
Well, yeah, I'll say that's probably
Because you could buy it on Google digitally for $35 or for $15, and you get
All the movies.
all of them and the behind the scenes stuff. I love watching those behind the scenes things.
What is it, like storyboards and like,
Everything, they give you everything. They fucking walk through the office. They're like, "This is where we made it," and I'm like, "That's so cool."
fucking nerd?
Yeah, I love it, bro. I fucking loved it. All right, so let's go ahead and get on to the last segment of the show, bro.
The meat and potato. Wait, no. What we reading, what we watching, what we
You
playing.
did
We
this
ate
last
already,
time too, bro. Are you still hungry?
I'm about to say, are you not full?
Are you not full, bro?
No. What we reading, what we watching, what we playing. So we're gonna start off with Fred. Fred, what
Captain.
you reading?
Kilimanjaro.
What you watching? What you playing?
All right, well, let's see. What am I reading
We
right
can skip
now?
it, bro. I feel like you have to.
No, I
You're
understand.
thinking too hard on that.
No, because I mean, the thing is,
I
there
can't
are
wait to hear what you're
certain
reading, watching and
things-
playing.
There are certain things that I want. There are things that I want to read. You know what I mean? Like,
Reach
if
out,
I
bro.
could pick it up,
What's
I
up
would
here?
want to finish Fire Force, even though I know I've said plenty of times that I don't want to read it because I like watching animated, but
Yeah,
they're taking too long.
They
bro.
are, bro.
And it's
That's coming
officially
back-
ended.
it's coming back in April.
I know, bro, but
Yeah,
you know,
we were
like,
looking forward to it this summer.
We were.
that's what I'm saying. So I probably want to pick that up. And there was something else I wanted to pick up, but I can't remember right now.
Read the X-Men, bro.
Read the X-Men? I don't know if I could do that, bro.
I'm gonna send you home with these comics.
Okay. What I'm watching, I'm about to go on a little bit of a rant, okay?
Go for it.
And this might be a hot take to a lot of people. So in the comments, just sound off with actual reasons on why the Borderlands movie is so bad. I really need to know, guys. I really need to know because I feel like it is coming down to misconceptions about what you want it to be versus what it is. And you're not just enjoying it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
This shit has
That's
like a
kinda
7% on Rotten Tomatoes.
it's the thing is,
Damn.
everybody's saying it's
That bad?
bad, bro, but
Kevin Hart couldn't pull it up.
I haven't seen it.
that's
Kevin Hart couldn't
probably
pull his
one of the main things that I don't like just because I know who Roland is, right? But it's not the fucking game. Play the game. Just play the game. Play the games. They just announced Borderlands 4. So now is the perfect time to get into the story if you really want that story. This is a brand new Borderlands like universe. I had to get that off my chest, man, because hate farming is so huge these days, and like everybody's got enough problems that you don't need to be negative about something that isn't that bad. Like Devilman Crybaby is bad,
Don't
but
save it.
that's
Don't start. That's a different
I
conversation.
can't wait for us to do an episode on it.
So you're saying that you watched it then?
I seen it, yeah.
Yeah. So you liked it.
I thought it was
you
all
liked it
right.
for what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're another X. Got it.
Oh, here we go. As far as what I'm playing,
Oh shit!
I did say Midnight Suns, but
What you truly playing, bro?
the one and only
Same.
game that we've been waiting for quite a while.
We found out we've been waiting for it for 10 years, bro.
The Black Myth Wukong. And man, let me tell you, it's been worth the wait.
Yeah.
I was supposed to get videos for you guys, and I don't know, I still might. It was, technical difficulties and whatnot. But as far as me myself playing it, I've been having a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
looks
fantastic,
amazing,
man.
bro. I was just telling X, I've been seeing it a lot. It's like all over my TikTok, bro.
It's
all over my
everywhere,
TikTok feed. It's everywhere, and the game looks amazing.
It's like
So good that I'm just like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna just.
I might have to do this.
I might have to pull the trigger on it, and I might have to
buy another PlayStation.
Nah, just send it to get fixed. I just haven't had a chance to send it to get fixed.
Mm.
I don't know about that great where I gotta go buy another new system.
I saw an article. They were like, people are buying PlayStation 5s just to play this game.
It's
a PS5 exclusive?
Yep.
Yeah, PS5 and PC.
And
Oh, and PC. Okay.
You
okay.
can't play it on older consoles, and Xbox has no access to it at all.
Wow.
Unless, PC. Well, they're not part of Game Pass, so no access.
Oh wow. Damn.
Yeah, no, it is beautiful, man. Let me tell you. Like, it is truly fantastic. And
Damn.
I will be getting it, bro. I will be getting it.
it's worth getting, bro. If I'm being completely honest. I just got to Act 2, so
The game looks amazing. Definitely. I mean, I'm already hearing people saying it might be the game of
I mean, they do always say that, yeah. But I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, considering what games came out this year, there's, other than Sparking Zero and Assassin's Creed, I don't
think Assassin's Creed is gonna even.
They have to
I've
redo
given
it,
up
bro.
on
They-
It's the Assassin's
Yes,
Creed
man.
that every Assassin's Creed fan has wanted. You finally get to be a ninja. You know what I mean? And a samurai.
Oh, I saw that.
You know what I mean? The first black samurai, bro.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yes, bro.
That's what
You get to go. You get to be
Well,
both.
I saw it. I was like, damn, I think I remember something about that game.
Yasuke.
Yes, okay.
Yes. Okay.
What about you, Kidlos? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you playing?
So reading.
Oh, shit.
I'm with Fred on this. I've been dying to pick up a book. Just haven't had a chance.
Any books? They're so heavy, How can you pick one up?
Shit, man.
Gotta do them forearm curls, bro.
I've been trying to, but I haven't had a chance. So I'm just let it be like that. That's all I gotta say on that. Was it watching? So me and my girl, we just got done watching House of Dragons.
Right.
Like
nice.
a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Right now, there's really nothing new to watch like that. So she said, give Game of Thrones another chance.
Oh.
You haven't seen Game of Thrones?
He saw it. He didn't like
Twice.
it.
Twice.
He didn't.
Twice I've seen it, and twice I gave up on it.
Yeah, he
But
didn't
you
make-
watch
This is
House
my-
of Dragons.
Yeah.
I liked House of
Yeah.
Dragons.
Mm.
But I finally decided to give it another chance. And I am on the last episode of season 1.
Okay.
And it's all right. And the reason I think I'm getting into it more is because I know that this is the future from House of Dragons. So I'm trying to coordinate,
Connect everything.
connect the dots.
Got
That's basically what I'm
Like
trying
that's
to
the
do.
Mad King that they keep talking about.
Yeah,
type of
like
deal.
the Mad King and blah 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 and this and that and there's supposed to be references of House of Dragons and Game of Thrones.
Right.
So I was just trying to connect the dots. So I feel like that's why I'm a little bit more into it now.
Mm.
But that's the only reason I'm getting
But not because of the story itself.
the story's all right, man. It's all right. My girl says it gets way much better.
It's the Battle of
It does.
Westeros, bro.
It does. It does get better.
It gets way much better. I mean, the thing is though, now that I'm actually watching it, I feel like the first time or the first 2 times that I watched it, it went quicker.
Yeah.
I felt like this guy got killed off on the 2nd episode. Why is he just not getting killed off on the 9th episode?
Well, the way you watch stuff is you watch it very sporadically, so you might have just skipped episodes.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what happened because
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember this guy fucking getting his head chopped off in the very beginning of the episode, and now he's getting his head chopped off towards the end of the season. I'm like, did I
Right.
fucking skip episodes?
yeah,
Maybe
sounds-
that's why I gave up
That
on
sounds
it.
like.
I think so, man.
But so I'm giving it a second chance or third chance, being realistic. So far so good.
Yeah, it does fall off at the end.
Oh my god.
But-
Spoil it, bro. Don't spoil it for me.
Don't you ever say that shit to me, bro.
He said, "How dare you?"
What really happens behind the scenes?
He's gonna look you directly at your soul.
I told your ass,
Bro, I don't
ever say that shit to me.
I don't spoil anything.
Bro, give me the goddamn bat.
I mean, you, the king of the spoilers,
Oh man,
to be like, don't spoil it for me.
those like I don't want to I don't want it to get spoiled
Don't
because I'm
worry.
actually trying to watch it.
Oh,
But I know that it's old, so I mean, like,
you're fine, bro. That's why I understand.
This is a safe space.
I
baby.
understand.
and it feels safe when the camera turned off.
Fuck is.
This thing was about to throw his mic at me.
I would say if you want to just fucking stop after the 5th season.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, just for possible spinoffs or whatever, you should probably just go through the whole thing.
Oh,
but,
right. Yeah.
You know, but it's kind of like what we were talking about before with fucking One Piece. How it's like a story, but like there's a huge overarching story.
Yeah,
Same shit.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
yeah, push through. And playing?
playing nothing right now, man. That game that you've been playing, Fred, is a game that is literally on my top list of games to play right now.
Wukong,
As soon as I fix my PS5, bro, because I'm not gonna buy another one. I'm not gonna drop another Fido.
Right.
A quick Fido on that? No, I can't, bro. It's just not in the budget right now.
Half a stack, bro. Half a stack.
half a stack, man.
Can't do
Yeah.
it right now, bro. We're not balling over here just yet.
Not yet, bro.
Nah.
Unfortunately, we
yet.
can't just break PlayStations because we got the budget like that.
No.
I would love to just kick a PS5 to the ground. Be like,
The craziest thing about it is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but like you can't, like, say if you want to go to GameStop and get it, you can't.
Black Myth Wukong.
Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, there's no physical copies.
It is, yeah, it's
Not
a
no
digital
physical
only
copies. There's
thing.
very limited physical copies.
No, I don't think they exist at all.
You could buy deluxe editions of physical copies, though.
Yeah, but they don't come with discs. They're literally only downloads. Like they don't have physical
It's
discs.
because it
But
can't
they have a steel book.
They do.
What's
This is not the first time.
What's inside the book?
The code to put the game on your PlayStation.
Is it because the disc can't hold the game?
I don't
It's
think
because they're
so.
cheap as fuck.
Which is super weird. I mean, it is a Chinese developer, so I guess it makes more sense. But like,
How much space does it take when
when I
download it?
looked, I think it was either 169 or 109.
100.
When you play the game, it makes sense as to why it's like a decent amount. You know what I mean?
Probably
Well, new
compared
games
to
are like
like
that.
Call of Duty or
Not all of
GTA
them, though.
5.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those are massive
Those
games.
massive games.
God
So-
of War came like that. There was a play disc and a download disc.
Well, yeah, exactly. But God of War, the actual, like I have it digital, it's only like 60 something gigs. But it's very beautifully made. So it makes sense as to why it's so fat. You know what I mean?
Well, so speaking of, when I'm reading,
you, bro?
watching, and playing, bro,
What you reading? You reading something?
I'm reading.
He's always reading something. Bro.
So I'm reading this D&D
Reading ass
campaign. I am. I'm doing this campaign. I'm the DM for. I'm playing as a player in one of them. I'm playing as a drunken master. I love playing as a player more than a DM, but it is kind of rewarding being a DM, dungeon master. So I'm reading this campaign, Storm King. It's kind of nice. It's about giants versus dragons versus the Kraken, and everyone has to like pick a side, and there's like this big war, and you know, it's just super nice. So I keep reading it and rereading it so I can like live in the world. So, you know, because my players, they kind of go off on their own. Like I have
tangents.
like a line that I want them to walk, and then they kind of do something else. I'm like, I want you to save this guy, and they're like, no, fuck this guy. I'm like, all right, well, I need you to kill this guy. He's like, no, he's rich. Let's befriend him. So I'm like, all right. So, you know, it just makes it easier for me to improvise when I know how the world is. And then I am also reading this comic called Venom War. I recommend that you read it, bro. It's pretty good. It's about all these different Venoms coming back, and you know, without spoiling it or whatever, like Spider-Man and Venom team up.
Nice.
So it's kind of like Into the Spider-Verse for Venom.
Okay. So is it Venom or is it like Riot and like all the other symbiotes?
All kinds of Venoms.
Oh,
Riot, Carnage,
really?
and then you know, Venom has had different hosts,
Right.
for Venom. So there's Eddie Brock Venom. There's Flash Thompson Venom.
Right.
A bunch of
But
Venoms.
Venom is Venom.
Yeah, but now he's back with Spider-Man, and he's, you know, like going through that again. It's real early.
Oh,
Like I said, it's kind of like Spider-Verse for Venom.
Okay.
So I recommend it. It's real early. It's, issue 1, but that's the latest Marvel kind of crossover. And they always kind of do crossovers, Civil War, House of M. There's these different events that they do that ties in all the comics. And then playing.
What you playing, bro?
I can't wait to tell you. I beat God of War.
Very nice.
Listeners, I beat God of War.
About time, bro.
Yes.
Congrats, bro.
I beat it, man. It only took me however long.
Since the beginning of this podcast, bro.
Since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And I kind of understand why it is a free DLC, just because it kind of is, I don't know, kind of lackluster. It's kind of like what?
Lackluster, bro?
Kind of. I don't know.
How is it lackluster?
I just started it. It kind of reminds me of the Trials on... Is it Musafine?
Essentially. I mean, there are those in there too, but it's...
Right. So I'm like, why...
It's a different experience, though. That's why you're not far enough into it.
Why?
To
Just because I can trade out my gems and runics or whatever?
No, you haven't even gotten through it the first time yet. So
I did. Well, no, I went through it, then I died, and they put me back, and they were like, "All right, you don't have to break in. Like, we'll open the door for you."
Right. Exactly. So there's more that happens after that.
Okay.
But,
Well, I told you that I was going to beat it before the end of the year. I kind of wanted to stop it. And I was like, all right, I beat the game. Let me get Black Myth Wukong. But no, I told you I was going to beat it. And then once I beat Ragnarok, I will get Black Myth Wukong.
all right, you got
right?
6 months.
I have 6 months. I got a good part of 6 months.
And it's not like, because, the whole Ragnarok itself is a story. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
5 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, Valhalla is like the majority of the time that you're gonna play it is you getting through all of the fucking stages.
Right.
Like, it's not a lot of story. It is a story, and it's a full circle kind of story.
Yeah, it's almost like Dead Cells or something. Like, it's just room after room.
That's what it's a roguelike. So
Yeah.
that's what the play style of it is. But you finish it off and it's still satisfying because it ties into Ragnarok as well. Just finish that. It shouldn't take you 6 months, bro.
It's not gonna.
I'm gonna just be completely honest with you. It should not take you
It's not gonna.
190 days.
I might get it done in 4.5 months, bro.
Maybe. Let's hope.
We'll see. And then we are watching Sopranos. It is getting good.
See, I told you, bro.
It's getting good. Yeah,
You got it. You know what I'm saying? Slow burn.
it is a slow burn.
Early 2000s. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah,
You gotta give it a chance, bro.
And I usually do. I give every show 3 episodes before I drop it. So I remember when I texted you about X-Men, I was only like episode and a half through. So it does pick up by the 3rd episode, but so does The Sopranos. The Sopranos, it picks up. I want to say by the end of the 2nd episode, but
The shit got 6 or 8 seasons or some shit.
yeah.
So
You got a long way to go.
Yeah, you never watched goddamn Breaking Bad before.
All right, well, that's the show.
That's the show. Thank you, normies, for tuning in back to your favorite anime podcast. Of course, give a huge thank to our number 3, Fred.
Captain Kilimanjaro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he'll be coming back on future episodes, so definitely get used to Fred, bro. He'll be knocking at your door. If you're listening to this podcast on Spotify, don't forget to subscribe and give 5 stars. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, give 5 stars and leave a complimentary sandwich review, which we'll read out every other episode. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. And remember, like Fred said, hit the naughty button so you guys are well aware when hot fire is being dropped. That's your cue, bro.
I know, right?
And like we say at the end of every episode,
tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
and come back for more.